What if you spent your entire life believing you were human, only to discover one day that you weren't human at all? This is the story of a girl who, at a certain moment, is told she isn't human. Heartbroken, she ends up killing the person she loved the most. To understand how this happened, let's dive into the story. The movie begins with a girl named Iris who works at a grocery store. She reflects on how her life used to feel meaningless with no purpose until one day she meets Josh at the store. The two fall in love at first sight. After meeting Josh, Iris feels she has finally found her purpose in life. She thinks to herself, I've been lucky twice before. The first time when I met Josh, and the second time when I killed him. You might be shocked. How can someone fall in love, be happy with someone, and then kill them? To understand this, we need to go back to the past. The story flashes back to a time when Iris and Josh were deeply in love. Iris adored Josh and couldn't stop thinking about him. She couldn't even sleep without thoughts of him. Josh, along with his friends, had planned a trip to a lake house, and Iris joined him. There, they were welcomed by their friend Kat, and they met the rest of the group, Patrick, Ellie, and Sergey. Sergey was a millionaire, and the lake house belonged to him. Kat was Sergey's girlfriend. When Sergey sees Iris and Josh, he offers them a drink, but Iris refuses, wanting to stay fresh. Later that evening, Iris and Kat start talking, and Iris learns that Sergey is already married, and Kat is his mistress. Iris, being straightforward, asks Kat, "What kind of relationship is this? Do you two love each other?" Kat replies, "For Sergey to love me, he would have to see me as human, but he doesn't. He uses me like an object and can replace me anytime. Looking at you, I feel you could take my place." Iris reassures Kat that no one can take her place, but Kat remains silent, realizing Iris doesn't understand the darker side of relationships. The next morning, Iris asks Josh to go to the beach, but Josh refuses, telling her to go ahead while he freshens up. Iris goes alone. While walking, she finds a knife in her pocket, which shocks her because she didn't put it there. Just then, Sergey appears. Seeing Iris alone, he tries to flirt with her, making her uncomfortable. Iris makes an excuse to leave, but Sergey insists she stay. He then asks her to apply sunscreen on his back. As she does, Sergey grabs her hand and tries to force himself on her. Iris fights back, hitting him with a bottle. Enraged, Sergey attacks her, trying to strangle her. In self-defense, Iris takes out the knife and stabs him, killing him. Terrified, Iris returns home, covered in blood. Everyone asks her what happened, and she confesses, "I killed Sergey, but I did it to save myself." Crying, she tells Josh, "Sergey was going to kill me, but I didn't want to be separated from you. Out of fear, this happened." Josh tells her to go to sleep and shuts her down. It's then revealed that Iris isn't human. She's a robot. She had no idea she wasn't human and believed she could do everything a human could. Now, having committed murder, she becomes a threat to everyone. The group ties Iris up and asks Josh what to do. Josh decides to inform the police. Before doing so, he goes to Iris's room to say goodbye. He turns her on and talks to her, but Iris starts crying, asking why she's been tied up. Josh explains, "You committed murder, so we had to do this." Iris insists, "I did it to save myself. Believe me, I'm telling the truth." Josh replies, "I know you can't lie because you're not programmed to lie." Iris is shocked and asks what he means. Josh reveals, "You're a companion robot, designed to provide emotional support." He takes out his tablet and controls her, making her speak in different languages. Iris finds this strange, but doesn't want to believe it. She says, "I have memories from my childhood till now, even of when I first met you." Josh explains, "Those memories were implanted. None of it actually happened." He tells her how they really met. "I was lonely and needed someone, so I ordered you, a companion robot. Everything about you is customizable, even your IQ. The company told me you wouldn't know you're a robot and that you're programmed not to harm anyone, but I disabled those settings." Iris is devastated, but still says, "I may be a robot, but I'm yours. We can fix this and enjoy life like before." Josh, however, doesn't agree. Just then, Kat arrives and tells Josh to get rid of Iris. Josh takes Kat aside, and their conversation reveals that this was all part of their plan. They wanted Iris to kill Sergey so they could take his money and blame the murder on her. Josh had intentionally left Iris alone on the beach and planted the knife in her pocket. He had also turned off her safety settings, knowing Sergey would try to flirt with her, leading to a confrontation. Iris overhears their plan and attacks Josh to escape. She takes his phone and runs into the forest. Using Josh's phone, she discovers he had set her IQ to 40% to manipulate her. Realizing the truth, she sets her IQ to 100% and decides to take control of her life. She plans to go home, get money, and start anew. Meanwhile, Josh and the others search for Iris. They split into groups, and Iris overhears Ellie and Patrick discussing their plan. When Josh's phone rings, Iris laughs, alerting Ellie, who shoots at her but misses. Iris escapes, but Patrick and Ellie catch her. However, Iris's high aggression and defense levels allow her to fight back. She shoots and kills Ellie, then runs toward the road. Josh chases her, but Iris reaches his car, which is equipped with AI and an auto-drive feature. She tries to command the car to take her home, but it only responds to Josh's voice. Iris adjusts her voice to mimic Josh's using his phone settings. Just as Josh starts breaking the car window, Iris succeeds in matching his voice, and the car drives her away. However, Josh had reported the car stolen, and the AI locks it, leaving Iris stranded. Josh calls her, apologizing and asking her to come back, but Iris, now at full intelligence, sees through his lies. She breaks up with him and ends the call. Josh returns to the forest and orders Patrick to catch Iris. Patrick, still in shock over Ellie's death, doesn't respond. Josh resets Patrick and activates a love link with him, erasing Ellie from his memory and making him loyal to Josh. Patrick becomes Josh's companion. Meanwhile, Iris breaks out of the car but is confronted by a police officer. Since her programming doesn't allow her to lie, she truthfully confesses to killing Sergey. The officer tries to arrest her, but Patrick arrives and kills the officer. Josh and the others assume Patrick's aggression caused the killing. Kat, terrified, tries to leave with her share of the money, but Josh stops her. Kat defiantly says, "I'm not your robot," so Josh orders Patrick to kill her. Patrick stabs Kat, stopping her breath. Josh then reactivates Iris and shows her that he now controls Patrick too. Iris scolds him, calling him a loser. Enraged, Josh reduces her IQ to 0 and forces her to burn her hand on a candle. He then gives her a gun and orders her to kill herself. Unable to resist due to her disabled decision-making, Iris shoots herself. Josh calls the company, and Patrick poses as a police officer. Josh fabricates a story, saying Iris fell ill and killed everyone, but the officer saved him. The company suggests they can recover Iris, but Josh panics, fearing she'll reveal his true nature. He tries to leave with Iris, but Patrick, whom Josh had left behind, starts shooting at them. One man dies, but the other escapes. By then, Iris is fully recovered. Patrick chases the escaped man, but Iris arrives and confronts him. She has a taser but doesn't use it. Patrick tells her, "Your settings have been reset. You can't harm anyone now." He lets the man go and focuses on eliminating Iris. Iris pleads, "The person you're doing this for will betray you too. Josh is using you." Patrick doesn't believe her, but when she says, "I can't lie," he remembers his love for Ellie. Heartbroken, Patrick shoots himself. Meanwhile, Josh hears the voices of Ellie, Sergey, and Kat. Voices Iris is playing to torment him. He tries to control her with his phone, but fails. Iris reveals, "I've made a new friend, the man Patrick let go. He's given me self-control. Now I can do whatever I want, even kill you." Despite her feelings for Josh, Iris can't bring herself to shoot him. Josh takes advantage of this and attacks her, targeting her CPU. As he's about to shoot, Iris places an electric cord on his head, damaging his brain and killing him. Iris takes the money and leaves to live her life on her own terms. The movie ends with the lesson that those who harm others out of greed end up with nothing. In the end, they lose everything.